Hello and welcome. I am Darkness. Joined alongside me is Fiery Blizzard, and we're here for a very fun Mountain Chocobo community race here. We got lots of people going, but the two people we're going to be looking at is Leo and Numbers JS here. So it should be a fun one. This is a pretty new flag set designed for the upcoming Chocobo Invitational, which we got a bunch of people. I think we're up to 39 people signed up. So if you want to join that, it should be very fun. But it's basically pretty similar to Ultros League, but we got a few added things that are nice. We got starting items, which always nice to have because it skips a lot of shopping you would normally like look for, and things like sleeping bags where you might like check a few extra shops for them. You're gonna start with them, so you don't have to worry about stuff like that. Dried meat as well can always be a pain. Warp stones, stuff like that. But a few other changes. We'll get into that as we go along. But I guess Fiery, how are you doing?
I'm doing well, Darkness. Excited to finally see one of these Chocobo flag sets. I have yet to actually even see or look into any of these, so this will be my first look at these Chocobo flag sets. Of course, tonight we are showcasing the Mountain Chocobo flag set, and while I'm sure we will have plenty of time to talk about why the Mountain Chocobo or the Green Chocobo is the worst of the colored Chocobos in Final Fantasy, let's take a look at what we actually have in store for our racers tonight. Compared to a normal flag set, we have a few special objectives for our racers. If we can read them on the screen, do any of them stick out in terms of things you would do immediately if you had the opportunity, Darkness?
Well, I mean, Esper Boundin is a check I would do regardless, but so even if there was no reward, so 20 plus 25 vigor is always a nice bonus, especially if you get some nice sticks. Try talk is again something I'd probably do regardless. So weapon is always nice to have there, and I mean Colts as well. Magic power is always very good. So depending, I mean that's a less common check, but it's a check I think is pretty underrated. So another good excuse to go to all those. Then yeah, so I think I'd probably go to all three if we have the chance. Obviously, Try Talk can go whenever you want. Other two, Locked Behind Realm and Sabin respectively. So I think it is pretty cool though that the best magic character in the game gets the the plus vigor check, and then the best vigor character in the game gets the plus magic power check. So balances it out, makes it so you don't really stacking too much. It's not super overpowered, but I think still would definitely want to get those if possible. I don't know, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, for me, as it always is with Worlds Collide, who are you? What characters do you even have? Regardless of all gating whatsoever, some characters are going to be more suited to magic, and they're not going to be able to equip, even the high tier weapons. Although I believe this is 45% equipped rather than I believe Ultras League is. I honestly forget what Ultras League is at this
Like
point.
33, I think. Yep.
That sounds about right. So I think it's a little bit more likely that characters that can equip a stick will be able to equip said stick. And obviously, there is nothing wrong with having an early Alu. If you have Tritalk, and certainly if you have an early Yeti, there is probably a lot of reasons to go up and do that World of Ruin Narsh loop. But our racers are about to start. We didn't really even talk about the normal objectives here. It is 6 characters, 9 espers. We're starting with 3 characters to unlock Final Kefka, and then 21 checks to get Skip. I believe there's the standard 8 sword techs by doing Doma Dream, and probably Magitech as well to unlock the M Tech, although to be honest, I'm not sure. I'm just assuming there. But yeah, we got a fish in the hash, so it should be a good seed, right?
Yep. Well, I rolled it, so it's my fault if things go bad. And yes, Magic Tech upgrade is available.
Okay. So we do start with a Cyan, which Eddie Yumara and a Setzer. Wow.
You're welcome, Glue.
We got a Blitz and a Rage user. Yeah, there's a lot of possibilities here. We don't have a natural wielder of a stick, right? And Cyan is like Saba in that regard, where it seems like they can never equip anything of use. But yeah, we have plenty of options here. We have Water Ruin, Mount Zozo for that one objective. With Cyan, Doma Dream is always a good check as well. We got the free check here in Colgan, but to me, with that Umaro start, just choose where you want to go, right? Go-Go is a non-factor. No, we have Blitz. Go-Go is actually a useful character here.
Yeah, I was gonna say you're probably happy to see it because there's a decent chance that we're Zone Eater gated, given that we just found Go-Go as our 4th character, but you never know.
We have a lot of character. I mean, Cyan is a pretty strong character place as well, with 3 checks there. So I'm not gonna hop over to Zone Eater if I don't have to. Although we do have Warp Stones, so I guess if our racers are so inclined to want to check out Zone Eater, they could, because they don't have to shop for Warp Stones to make it useful. Which is a big advantage of these starting items, as you alluded to. But yeah, we see our racers just on the looting path. Leo going into World of Balance Narsh in numbers. First going to Colgan and now going to Returners, where both of our racers are converging.
Yep, we get... I've started to not go to Returners just because, I don't know, I like to go place with more shops, but definitely... Most people, I'm definitely in the minority in that. I don't know about you. I think you normally do Returners, right?
It depends on the flag set. It's tough here because you already have 20 sleeping bags and 4 warp stones and dried meat. So like the things that you'd want to check extra item shop for, we kind of already have in our inventory.
Yep. You see the dried meat and sleeping bags there, yeah.
The good thing about having 20 sleeping bags immediately is that's, can be up to 10,000 gold you don't have to spend or more, right? I mean, that's always really nice because a lot of times early on in a seed, I find that it's like, okay, how do I get the most money out of what I've looted? We've gotten a bunch of elixirs, which is going to help in that ribbon as well. So if we really want to afford something in a shop, I assume we're going to be able to buy it. But we'll see if anything actually comes out of this.
Yeah, I think I probably would have bought like an extra 5 or 6 like sleeping bags when I saw them, just because 20 is a bit low depending on like the checks you have to do. Although we do have 2 checks where you get auto healed, so that probably reduces the amount that you need to spend a little bit.
Yeah, I mean, I'm always someone who ends up buying a little over 30 sleeping bags, so 20 is enough to get you a good way of you can get all the way there on 20. It can be a little bit sketchy once you get into Kefka's Tower. You might not have enough, or you might have to start using tents, which you normally find 1 or 2 of them throughout the early loot here. I mean, we discussed it a little bit as our racers are going through the starting loop. If you're playing the seed, where do you go? I mean, you have so many choices. Where are you gonna looking to go first?
In terms of like do my first check, I think.
Yeah.
I think I'd probably do the walk and grind in Mount Zozo. I think. I don't think we mentioned it. I don't think it was on the thing, but I think Mount Zozo also gives you it's high tier armor, so that's another. I mean, it's not a ton, obviously. Armor's the least important thing, but it's better than nothing, I guess. And it's a check I would do regardless. And there's a dragon there if you want to take it, and there's lots of different places to fight enemies. So yeah.
That is an expensive Vesper, maybe in the World of Ruin. Yeah, I kind of nice earrings. I think the fact that we have a Blitz user and a Rage user means that we can definitely get away with just going and doing a sort of walking grind and taking on, early dragons, or taking dragons on earlier, and that's pretty big, given that, ultimately if we find Dirt Dragon, we're in really good shape, because that's either going to give us an egg or an offering.
Yeah. I guess the other alternative would be you could walk and grind up Narsh and do try talking Umaro's check. That's a bit riskier because there's obviously 2 bosses there, but it's definitely could get you a lot of power or very quickly as well, because there's dragon there as well.
Yeah, it's I've made this. I'm not gonna say mistake, but I made that play recently in terms of going up Narsh really early, and it's more expensive in World of Ruin. So we'll get that maybe at the end of the game, where I've done that sort of grind up World of Ruin Narsh, and took the dragon there, which was fine, and then you run into Pulte, and you're kind of just staring there, and you're like, well, this feels like I kind of have to get through this, and it's never great to do it early when you're staring at a Pulte, and then you get through that, and then there's a Magi Master on the other end of it, and Yeti's check, and you're just like, I feel like I just lost a lot of time. But that's the nature of randomizers.
Yep. You just never know. But yeah, I think I'd probably want to wait a couple of checks before we do that. Obviously, don't really have to worry about, since we have Umaro, we don't have to worry about going there before we get Umaro and having to go up there again. But still, it is definitely risky to go there early.
It looks like we're going to get a Zone Eater play from Numbers. That is, I'm always scared of this, right? This flight where you have one single character in World of Ruin, and you're just like, if I run into Doomgaze, I am currently very, very dead. So I'm glad Numbers got all the way to Triangle Island, but it always scares me to do that.
Yeah, I think it would have probably flown over in World of Balance and then swapped over, like at Triangle Island, but just to try and be as safe as possible. But it didn't get punished for it, so.
We got a Ulbrich play from Leo. I don't know if Leo was looking for those ice rods, but there they are if you want to start breaking them. Meanwhile, Numbers, after a couple of demis, has gotten there in Gulf and is now dealing with the super boss of Worlds Collide. This middle green guard is by far the worst thing in Worlds Collide.
Yeah.
That must have been intentional to loot this, which, I mean, look, it's a flame shield and elixir. I wouldn't complain about it.
Yeah, I try to pass him on when he's on that side. It's definitely very risky, but it's worked for me in the past, but that is definitely the easier way to just jump when he's in front there.
Yep, getting decent RNG, getting through that guard, honestly, quite quickly.
Yep.
I don't need to reiterate my own experience with this check, but there is a reason why I just don't do it.
Nope, we're skipping that chest, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that was missed it by accident, and then we're ignoring it.
Yeah, if you start having a little bit of mismovement in that room, play it safe. Dying in that room is very unfortunate.
Yeah, that's why I always save before that room, just because like I had one time where like I got through the trolls like first try, and then I died in that room, and then it took me like 4 minutes to get through the trolls the second time. I was like, all right, never again. I'm always saving.
Yeah, so in this case, it looks like Zone Eater was sort of worth it. We did get Fenrir Esper, which I don't think anyone in the history of more vanilla flag sets of Worlds Collide has complained about getting a Fenrir Esper. So, yeah, no, that's a really good pickup. And, it's always interesting to see whether or not Fenrir gets called before the Kefka climb. But it is very useful. Image is a broken status. There's no sense in not taking advantage of it when you can, and you're not really doing too much else. It does look like, though, that we're going into World of Ruin Narsh on Numbers side. Leo is following Numbers and going into Zone Eater. I'm guessing, as you were alluding to, both of them doing this I'm basically thinking that there's a high likelihood that their fifth character would be from Go-Go.
Oof,
Meanwhile, what?
rack in the chest that very few people go out of their way to take, but if
Yeah,
I knew it
sometimes
was
you
a
just
rag
have
every
to.
time, I'd go out of my way to take it too.
Yeah, if there was an Alu in the barrel in the South Figaro all the way in the top left, or the Elder House in Nersh, I would go out of my way every single time as well.
Yep.
I don't know if it were at like the Moogle Charm spot, that's a little bit. I don't know if I'd go out of my way every time for that, but
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what chest would, if you knew it was aluminum, would it be? Would you not go out of your way for? Like,
insert Phoenix Cave chest here.
oh yeah.
But yeah, so what's interesting is I believe Leo was the one who got the gauntlet from the South Figaro basement, whereas Numbers has decided to forego doing the basement. And yeah, that gauntlet does play really well with this. Let's look at the rage list here. There are a few things that stand out in this rage list. That being said, at level 3, I'm running away from this fight. But Ninja we're seeing come out here. We did actually have Brain Pan, which does do 1,000 needles. But yeah, this is why I do not take this fight at level 3. This is
we're
a
not level 5
very...
at least.
Yeah.
So
They're not level 5, but blasters continue to come out. And these guys have a lot of HP. Oh, we got a miss.
Oh, miss.
And now
MP,
they're
so
out of MP, but now we're going to whoop
managed to get
them out, which is for the best. We do actually see the gauntlet still on Leo's side, so no selling the gauntlet. I would have been surprised. Gauntlet is one of those relics you never sell because they're not worth the money to sell, but they're absolutely worth it to keep around. But I do see Leo going for, instead of a walking grind, right outside the World of Ruin Opera House. He's going to take a grind out here. It's interesting with the Brain Pan being on that rage list. You could get away with taking a dragon without really grinding if you really wanted to.
Yeah, Numbers finally gets a more reasonable fight to get themselves off level 3 and onto level 5, but hopefully we shouldn't run into the dueler fight again.
Yeah, if you do, you immediately get out of that fight. It has L5 Doom, it knows how to use it, and it will. Yeah, so level 5 for Numbers, level 7 for Leo, taking on that decent fight outside of the Opera House. To me, it always, Racing Worlds Collide is half about how you do your initial grind, and in this case, what formations do you see? Leo getting a little bit better formation than Numbers has been seeing is giving him a little bit early lead. We'll see if that helps with this dragon, which we do absolutely want to kill if we can. Is going to break some rods, so we have a whole bunch of rods. I didn't even realize how many we had.
Yep. Yeah, we found pro rods. I didn't even notice we found fire rods also, but this is big because, well, Dirt Dragon's one of the easier ones to kill, but also it's the one that gives you the reward, and the reward you do get for killing the dragon specifically, not for killing the spot where the dragon's at vanilla. So, although this is where it's at in vanilla, but we'll get either, I believe it's either an offering or an EXP egg is
I believe so.
What we get for killing it. So,
and I believe the reward pool is curated to be higher items, but so we should also get something good in addition to the EXP egg we're offering. And there goes Dirt Dragon, while we got Tritok coming on a number side. Number 24, no overflows, please. Ooh, Ice 3 and Natural Setzer.
Oh.
So early dragon, Magus Rod is also pretty nice. A Minerva, and we'll see what relic we got as well. Maybe. Maybe not, or maybe there was something that already said it was the offering rather than the egg. No, there was the egg. Okay.
Egg. Yeah.
Immediately going to search the skies. That makes sense.
Yep. We got ourselves a flying whelk. So we'll see if she. Nope, tomorrow. Already.
The problem is we didn't heal before this, so good news. We had a Minerva on Setzer. Bad news, we're resetting anyways. Number 24 nullifies water. Interesting. Or we had a
wall change.
Barrier change, wall change, yeah. I didn't see it.
Yeah. Looks like Leo's deciding don't want to get one shot by whatchamacallits again. Or have Yumaro hit like the shell 5 times and get electrocuted to death, so we're just gonna go over here. We're just gonna heal. We're not gonna take the Ragnarok.
No, I would have been surprised having seen Leo play a little bit. If Leo had gone and grabbed that Ragnarok, there'd be no reason. But yeah, we do see numbers getting through number 24. That is numbers with a JS and not a 024.
We'll see if we run into the other numbers later on in the seed.
What do we get from this?
Torado.
High tier weapon. Is it? It's an Alu. So yeah, that's gonna be huge for Leo as well. Simply, Leo has the gauntlet, has an egg. If Setzer can equip that Alu, that egg stays on Setzer. If Setzer can't, then it gets moved to Cyan with a gauntlet.
Oh, Blue Dragon is like kind of similar colors to Ice Dragon, so it's kind of vanilla. Totally, definitely.
Sure. I mean, it's not that far off my color wheel.
Yeah, I mean, ice is just frozen water, so
Does that? So it's interesting, right? Because Ice Dragon is a much smaller sprite than Blue Dragon. Of course, I think it's the difference between a Eastern and a Western dragon, or maybe one's more of a wyvern than the other. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. All I know is they all have like corresponding non-legendary sprites that are the same. Oh, we get an offering to go with our sticks that don't work with offerings, but
Hey, you never know. I mean, do we have... I didn't see Stray Cat on that rage list, but Stray Cat offering a Lou?
Yeah, it's not the worst thing to Stray Cat offering.
Sure. I feel like I'd rather Gauntlet the Alu and Stray Cat offering the Wing Edge, but we'll see. We'll see what Leo can and does with that Alu while we get numbers climbing, or really falling down the mountain. The green Chocobo would never, and is going to pick up a random EXP egg in a chest. And yeah, even the egg count, and go see what is waiting for us at the Yeti check. This is going to bias me entirely, because every single time I walk past that chest, I always have to argue with myself whether or not I should spend the time opening it. And I don't like it.
Yeah, it's like close enough where I'm probably gonna take it if it's like the first half of the seed, but if it's later, I'm skipping it. Like
Yeah, we'll see if...
Sorry.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say my general rule is if it's like takes 5 seconds basically then it's worth getting. If it's more than that, then don't bother.
We do see numbers employing the strat to deal with Chad when you have a Yeti in your party, and that is to run away until we get the phase change or a charm or an attack, so that we prevent the angel form attacks from happening. Leo deciding to not open the chest that would have their second egg. Unfortunate. I don't blame him for doing so. But Glue was calling for a double egg in chat, and there was the possibility of 2 eggs, just not simultaneously. But one can dream.
Yeah, and if only you could do the runaway strat in FF5, then calling back to our previous thing we calmed for earlier today, that would have been saved a lot of time and heartache. But anyway, in regards to FF6, it's thankfully pretty easy fight. Once we deal with Yumaro taking a big lightning bolt to the face.
Yumaro is dead.
But yep.
Goodbye, Yumaro.
He will be missed.
By one person, probably. Alright, Numbers is going to check the Coliseum. I mean, we still have a Yeti, so why not? I assume the Coliseum is similar to Ultras League, where we can see like 50% or whatever is 33%.
Oh, there's rats.
Tonics. Okay. Well, we have Ragnaroks and offerings. We can get basically an infinite amount. Okay. We could get an infinite amount of Ragnaroks. I mean, White Dragons don't have all that much HP, so this is doable.
If it doesn't, although this might not kill. No, very sad.
And
this will kill.
I mean,
probably.
Yep. That is a goodbye tonic and goodbye Setzer. I'm sure we're very upset about that tonic. But, yeah, White Dragon, shows up in the Coliseum from time to time. Not the worst thing to fight, but it can be a massive time waster depending on the script at the beginning. Leo also doing the same thing is almost certainly going to find the same thing. With an Alu in hand, do you take that Ragnarok? We're going to find out. Or do you not have tonics? Wow.
Yeah, it doesn't
okay.
Yep.
That was not my expectation. Normally, I feel like you have a tonic or two, but no tonics means no looking at Ragnaroks, no wasting your time with White Dragons in the Coliseum. Honestly, given the egg situation, I don't really know if I care that I lost out of Ragnaroks.
Yeah, I mean, especially Numbers already having picked up the Ragnarok, and I think, I don't know if you really need, I mean, a third big stick, but I mean, it'd be nice to have, but I think I probably would have just not gone to Coliseum at all. I mean, once you see it there, you might as well. But with 2 sticks and an egg, I think, I don't know what you think, but I think that's probably enough for me to not spend my time there.
Yeah, we have a question in chat about enemies in the Coliseum and related to appearing on the Veldt. They're unrelated, and seeing one in the Coliseum does not make them appear in the Veldt either. So it just pulls from a different pool. I'm fairly certain it does not contain every single dragon. I still think the enemy rules of which enemies can possibly be in the pool are the same. Like, you're not going to fight... at least I'm fairly confident you're not going to fight Storm Dragon in the Coliseum ever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so it's not the same. It's not just the Rage List pool for Coliseum. I wasn't sure. I was wondering about that also. Ooh, we got a Murder Child.
and guarded by a piece of machinery. Good news for us, we have Cyan. Cyan's really good at breaking machinery. Of course, Cyan did not get a chance to break the machinery. Maybe Tunnel Armor was just too scared to, face Cyan and his machine supremacy.
Oh, Cyan did his job. We're realm now.
I don't know if that was an accidental thing, and we're about to see a switch over from Umaru. Yeah, okay. Maybe just get, or no, okay. Cyan is out of the club. Number is getting a curse shield from the Storm Dragon, which was a vanilla Storm Dragon. And we'll see what the Sparkle is. Meanwhile, we got Esper Mountain for Leo. With that realm in hand, is going to get plus 25 Vigor, which will certainly help Setzer in swinging Big Stick harder.
More armor. Not exactly what you want to see, but it's, it's something, I guess.
2 Minervas. Well, I don't know. That probably was a Snow Muffler, but a Minerva and a Snow Muffler for the same check. Not too bad.
Oh, well, there's the other numbers. Fortunately, not numbers facing him right now, but.
So I'm going to guess that after we do Esper Mountain here, we're going to go to hang out in Doma for Leo's side. I'm going to guess. We're in World of Balance, so Doma Defense makes a little bit more sense than Doma Dream first. But I would expect to head in that direction, but we'll see.
Yeah, I would definitely do Defense than Dream next. I mean, they're 2 of the best checks in the game, and it's like, yeah, I mean, you're already in World of Balance, so you might as well do that one first, and you're gonna have to do both anyway, because we're still only at 5 and 3, so.
Leo deciding that we only have 3 more Warp Stones, so let's hold off on using any of those for now, just in case.
Yeah, I like that. I generally walk out of here if I haven't found extra warp stones, because at least in Moogle Cup when you start with 3. Here you start with 4, so it's a bit nicer, but there's enough places where you might want to warp out where it's it's only 10 to 15 seconds. I'd rather have it just in case I need to leave Kefka Tower for some reason.
Yep. And so there is our 6th character. It's a Moogle. Some might say we still only have 4 characters. Some people might say we only have 3. And now someone might say we have 0 characters in our party in Leo's side, depending on who that person is. If it happens to be our restreamer, thank you, Drinks Glue, for restreaming this race, and Greffam for tracking as well. But our restreamer is probably contemplating just completely shutting off Leo's stream. But we should probably keep it on just in case.
Yeah, we got a few other runners. We can ask any of them if they want to live, set up their stream and swap over to somebody else. But
I mean, I think we had 8 or 9 people press the button for wanting to be restreamed. So we definitely have the numbers and the number of racers to get restreamed. Triplets is a little bit early here, not a Doma Dream, but a Doma Defense. Trying to doom away that the ice triplet there. Not getting lucky, is missing it a few times, and there we go. The Numbers is going to be our first racer on Restream to go ahead and enter Doma Dream, which is probably what most people would consider the best series of checks in the game, given how quickly it is, or how quick it is, and it's 3 checks for 2 boss battles.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's faster than Late River, and it's 3 checks versus 1. So, if you're ever in a situation where you only need one thing and your options are Doma Dream and Late River, probably Doma Dream. But
You're the one that's at least guaranteed to give you some sort of progression.
yep.
Who knows? Doma Dream 1 and 3 could both be duds, but Doma 2 is at least either going to be a character or Esper, so. We do have Flame Eater here, and thankfully for us, again, that natural spell list of Setzer having Ice 3 coming in handy here. And we'll see what numbers picks up. Is it an Esper or is it another Zonk? It's an Esper, it's Unicorn.
Not the worst Esper in the world to get.
Yeah, no. Unicorn can come in clutch. Unfortunately, coming in clutch is not what that character does. We did just fight Flame Eater, but I don't know if we're really ever going to go to Burning House in this flag set. I would be surprised. Fanatic's Tower, maybe. Burning House is a big no for me.
Yeah. Maybe Ibits if you're really desperate, but I think we have a lot of characters with pretty fast checks, so I think probably not going to see anything on Strago's end. The interesting thing though is are we going to see them get Realm at all? Because obviously we're going to have probably get a 6th character very shortly with Mog there being at Doma Defense, so it'll be interesting to see if numbers ever winds up going to Daryl's Tomb, since that's generally not like your first choice in terms of where you're gonna go. But
yeah, I would be surprised if we saw Daryl's Tomb peak, unless it was at the very end looking for a 9th Esper. But we'll see. Can obviously have some surprise routing. This is a race. We are featuring 2 racers on a restream, but there are 10 other people that are in this race. And one of them, or several of them, are also really, really good at the game. And so, if you're trying to win this thing, you got to take some gambles. So, what are you going to do and what are you going to skip if you are trying to win against 11 other people?
The answer is that chest there in the bottom right that takes like 3 seconds to get. Can't do that. We need all those 3 seconds if we want to win this race.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone's favorite Air Force.
Yeah. The thing that can just kill you if it decides it wants to kill you. Luckily, no HP, so it dies eventually. Yeah, I was going to say, Glue. Leo benching Umario is certainly selling their soul. A little bit of time gain. So, Strigo, what abilities do you have? Yeah. That's not doing it. I believe stats in this flag set are 90 to 130 or something like that. So at least we're not going to roll like 37 Magic Realms or what we'd get as minimum rolls in Ultras League, but it's still Strago stat lines in AC that wants to give you more sticks. So, yeah.
Yeah, it's 90 to 125. So, yeah, so Ultros is 80 to 125, I believe. So, the low end slightly nicer. You're not going to get a min roll, but.
Yeah, we see that immediate Fanatics Tower play. We do have a couple good spells with the Natural Ice 3 and
the Strength plus 1 also.
Obviously the Yamaro. Yeah, the Strength plus 1. We're a little high level for that to really matter. Even a Strength plus 2 wouldn't do all that much at this point. It's one of the one of the downsides to getting an egg before you start getting stat boost espers, right? You're like a strength 1 or a strength 2 or a speed 2, like they're nice, but they're not really doing all that much for you at the end game because you're just not going to have it with the levels. So, I mean, levels ultimately are generally king to the physical damage formula, given that it is squared in the damage formula, but extra vigor is also pretty nice. It just isn't terribly relevant here.
Oh, another
Are we
vanilla dragon.
just... Yeah, what is this? Three vanilla dragons? We
Yep.
are going to show off that you can mute the white dragon, so very heads up play by numbers. But yeah, that's 3 vanilla dragons between the Storm Dragon being at Mount Zozo, the Dirt Dragon being at Opera House, and this white dragon being at Fanatics.
Yeah, and then we had melted ice dragon at ice dragon spot, so it's almost 4 for 4.
Almost. We do have that Berserk spell, by the way. I just saw it come up in numbers side. The Berserk spell being very useful in Fanatic's tower. Just simply being able to physically attack here. You can also Berserk Umaru and get another damage multiplier, so that's always neat.
Yeah, I tried the berserk strat like once up here, and it like missed my character 3 times in a row, and I was like, never again.
Yeah, if you have certain armors or Nalu, hitting Berserk is often very difficult. So, not surprised. Numbers
so
taking
numbers is BRB.
Yep.
Hopefully they'll be back quickly, but sometimes this happens. We're not playing for like 10K or anything, so not that big of a deal. But
I mean, Glue told me everyone was playing for at least $5,000. So, Do they know that?
I did
Glue?
say not 10K, so
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. I'll take $5,000.
Yeah, if I'd known that, I would have played in the race instead of commentating it.
Yeah, unfortunately, from what I understand, the stipulation was that everybody had to keep Yumaro through the entire game.
So Leo's disqualified.
Yeah. Yeah, so whoever the winner of this community race is, when they don't receive the $5,000, please send your complaints to Leo for benching Yumaro. But anyways, as Leo is treading the Mount Zozo dragon and check that we've already seen on numbers side, I know very little about the actual Chocobo event. I'm hoping you know a little bit more than I do, given I think you've looked at least the sign-up sheet. So you want to give the stream a little bit of information about what all is happening there?
Yeah, I mean, well, we can also get Glue. I don't know if Glue wants to talk about it for a bit, but since he is the one that is running this all, but and we got 39 people signed up currently, and I think it starts. I think it starts like end of. You can still sign up, so we got spots for that. I think it starts like early March or something like that, or signups then like late February or something like that. Sorry, I probably should have looked this up more.
But... I mean, I'm putting you on the spot because I haven't looked at this either. So it's something being run by Glue, so it's going to be good. Join if you're interested. Yeah. But there are multiple different Chocobos in Final Fantasy, of course. Decent cat hood. Unfortunately, no realm in Numbers Party to naturally equip it, but we'll see. But yeah, there are There are a few different Chocobo colors in Final Fantasy. There's obviously the normal Chocobo, where my favorite Chocobo belongs, which is Boko in Final Fantasy V or various other games, which is more of a vanilla flag set. And then there is a blue Chocobo flag set, which is a river theme, as you can imagine, which is the third best Chocobo color in Final Fantasy, making its appearance in several games. So all the extra objectives in the River Chocobo flag set are based upon river checks, so things like Let River. Don't ask me what the objective rewards are, I have no idea. And then you have the Green Chocobo or the Mountain Chocobo flag set, which of course celebrates what I would consider the worst of the colored chocobos in Final Fantasy, only appearing in a select few games like Final Fantasy VII, and getting you access to the mime materia, as we found out in preparation for this stream. But, yeah, maybe we'll get some other flag sets as well, celebrating the Red Chocobo of Death, as people who have played Tactics would know, or 13.2, if you're out there, the single person who has played 13.2. Or, you know, the Gold Chocobo or the Black Chocobo. All better Chocobos than the Green Chocobo.
Yep, and Glue, thankfully, there with the all the rules and stuff and how to sign up. You can also find all that stuff in the Discord. We got a Chocobo Invitational channel specifically for it. You can find all those links pinned in there as well. But yeah, thank you, Glue, for being good at restreaming and putting things up. But looks like we got Leo going up the tower as well. Makes sense, given that they only need one Esper at this point.
Yes, it's been kind of flying. We did have the Marshall fight up here. Nice and quick taken care of. We are being told by our tracker, Greffem, pressing those buttons, keeping us informed that Leo is at 16 checks, which means if you take on the dragon out here, you end up at 18 or 19, which I would expect happening here, because that gives us the 2 checks in center tower to get 21. Leo, of course, having already done the Opera House Dragon, cannot go ahead and take that for a 3rd check, so does need to take this dragon if that is their plan. Numbers taking the walk down the Fanatics Tower, and we'll get to see what this Esper is.
Yep. Yeah, the one thing that is, if you're new to Worlds Collide, you might not realize, but the chest at the top of the tower here does count as a check. It's guaranteed dead, obviously, but is a nice way to sort of make this a bit more of a viable check since it is pretty slow. So, you know, getting 3 checks out of it definitely helps a lot, especially if you're going for a skip.
Mm-hmm. Turns out one of our characters...
Big difference from being to 18. Sorry.
Yep. It turns out we have someone in this party on Leo's side does know Ultima. I don't know if Leo saw the economizers in Sal Figaro. I expect they did. I'm curious whether or not they're going to take a quick stop to get an economizer to just use Ultima and solve an entire lane in Kefka's tower. It'll be interesting to see what they do. Numbers is not actually all that far behind either. Knows that this is an Esper. Doma Defense is a pretty natural play here as well, which will give the Mog, and then we'll just be another Esper away from go.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see. Trying to think what other checks they have that they can do. I'm pretty sure they've done Search the Skies already, right? I think.
Probably.
Yeah, I would assume so, but I mean,
can always go to the fun of Auction House.
Yep. I mean, I wouldn't, but you know, it is an option.
I mean, if you're staring one Esper to go, and my options are literally any of Mog checks or Auction House, I'm probably going Auction House.
I don't know, I think if I want to test my RNG, I'm going to Ebbett's Rock, but Auction House probably would be a decent play. If I had Realm, I'd probably just do Ousters into Auction House. But
Oh, absolutely.
if I enjoy avoiding Auction House at all costs.
So
I don't
mean,
have to go there. Yep.
look, I am. I also very much hate the auction house, but the interesting dilemma that you have at this point of the seed is that every check you take that you don't know the reward for, like take this Ebbett's Rock.
What the hell? I didn't realize he spawned in with 22 chests. I finally found the chest. It was like 12 things in a row.
But yeah, so when you get to this part of the run, it's a very no Esper's auction house, and yeah, you're not checking auction house. Thanks, Glue. That is the best flag flag design that I've heard today. But where I was going with that is every check you do towards the end of the game that you don't know really the answer to is just a possibility that you're going to get chained into doing more and more checks. Must have gotten all 22.
Got 3 5s, so at least the chest count was better than the total room count, which was a bit absurd, especially to start. But
all right, we got a dual hand here.
like clean and easy boss.
We have so many sticks, and we didn't even win a Ragnarok from a tonic in the Colosseum.
Yep.
All right, I saw Fire 3 in one of those Espers. I expect Realm. I guess Realm is not going to learn Fire 3. Leo is at Kefka unlock at 19 checks, which means we need 2 more checks for skip. In common terms, that just means we are going into Kefka's tower. We're going to load up that center lane and take on the toilet Atma spot and whatever dragon may be there. So, unfortunately for those of us who like a little bit of chaos, we do have Berserk for Magimaster. There's always a chance for more pain, so we'll see. Meanwhile, we did get a Tritalk Esper from Ebbett's Rock, so that's good. And now we're going to get our 6-character number signs from Mog.
Yep, so it'll actually not be that far behind, although they won't have skip. I don't know how many checks they're at, if they're going to potentially go for skip as well.
I think they're, 2 behind from where Leo was, because Numbers did not do Esper Mountain for not having Realm, and didn't do Daryl's Tomb, on the fact that Numbers does not have Realm.
Mm-hmm. Well, they did do a couple others, they did Ebbett's, and yeah, it might just be, I think that might be the only one that they didn't do. Oh, and they haven't done the Opera Dragon either.
Nope.
So, yeah, I think they would need, 4 more, so they're probably not gonna go for the skip.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting. So I didn't realize that Coupon Bot has this functionality, but Glue, being the admin, can actually manually impose a penalty on people. Yeah, it's actually kind of interesting to see it. Not many people are aware of this, because Glue seldom has reasons to use it, and being, people are, let's say, well-trained to keeping Yumaro in the party, but we may actually see that happening right before our eyes tonight.
Oh, so this is another vanilla dragon? Or is this Skull Dragon spot? I forget.
I believe this is Gold Dragon. I believe Skull's on the right.
Yep, yeah. So there's all vanilla dragons apparently. Except for Ice and Blue.
Yep.
being swapped clearly.
Ember's going to the item shop and grabbing, I don't know, antidotes? I feel like this was a
Might be
play
lucky.
for a few things, maybe sleeping bags. Just another curse shield. Curse shield, I believe, is set to. Is it set to 7 in this flag set?
Yep.
Okay. Well, it's safe to say Leo is not going to be fighting 7 more battles. So, but
Yeah.
if I remember correctly, curse shields are really weird in how it counts when you have multiple of them. So,
Yeah, I was just gonna mention that. Yeah, so if you have 2 curse shields equipped at the same time, then one, instead of both of them, going down normally, one of them is cured at twice the speed. So if you need one really badly and you have 2 or 3, which generally doesn't happen because normally you can only get curse shield from the one spot in locks behind lock in World of Ruin Narsh, but if for some reason you have 2 or 3, it's a decent strat if you want to get one really quickly.
so if you're, if you're in chat and you're wanting something to slow down our runners here, may I suggest like 3 Doom Gazes show up on our screen?
I mean, the big 5 are still lurking for us somewhere. We haven't seen any of them.
We haven't seen either any of the statues, and we haven't seen Guardian, and we still haven't seen any of those.
Or Magimaster, but yeah. Or did we see Magimaster? No, we didn't. I don't think. We saw Baby.
Do you like your Ultras 3? Because here's Ultras 3. Honestly, it's the first time we've seen Ultras tonight, so... Yep. Naked Yeti punching down the octopus.
Yep. This isn't going to be a 5 Ultros encounter. Like what we had earlier today.
Yeah, let's... Another thing as well, that I think is really something I wish was more universal is if we run into piranhas in this flag set, it is set at 15 seconds. You know that. You can take a look at your timer, and you can use a calculator app if you need to. Figure out what 15 seconds is, and then time it pretty well. But we do get another Ultros.
Okay, apparently this is just Ultras' tower. We're going to get quadruple Ultros, clearly.
If we actually get 4 Ultros in the 3 statues in the Guardian spot, this seed achieves legendary status.
Yep.
And then we have finally figured out what the fish was for in the hash.
Oh, another ice rod. No, always nice to have.
Oh.
Nope. Maybe the 4th Ultros is at the Inferno spot. Maybe that's where he's hiding.
Also, did you know bears are scary?
Yeah, there's a lot of weird enemies that suddenly become scary in Kefka's tower because they hit like a truck.
Marshall's charge has wiped me more than once.
I may or may not have accidentally put my character with no armor in the lane with the piranhas and got one shot.
Yeah, that would do it.
Yeah.
Like I said, I've wiped to a Marshall fight before, and just from the Marshall in Kefka's tower. The charge, if you're unprepared, can do well over 3,000 damage. Meanwhile, we got one more boss here. Leo making excellent time. Assuming we don't run into a roadblock, and here's me hoping this is not a roadblock. This is just a you're going to die quickly block.
I mean, compared to Ultros, it's a roadblock, but it's not much of one.
I mean, I assuming we have a tier 3 spell, I would just go ahead and use that. Ammo Weapon doesn't really have magic defense, so all you're really doing here is casting a max roll tier 2 spell. which while fine, like I assume we've learned a level
Yeah.
3 spell. Meanwhile, we do see, yeah, numbers is, I guess that's what was on our Inferno spot. Good old Tritalk there, thankfully, having fire magic to deal with that. Otherwise, that could be awkward. And Leo getting through the Atma weapon. Just like in vanilla, we kill Atma weapon to then face Kefka. Face to face. That is actually true. In vanilla, that
Yep.
is the sequence. You kill Atma weapon, you walk forward, and then you face Kefka. And Gestalt is there. But
Fortunately, number's not gonna see if we also rolled a vanilla skull dragon, but understandable. Would be a bit of a waste of time at this point.
yep. So Leo's gonna step on these switches about at 56-20 something with this menuing. Putting on the running shoes on the gauntlet, that's perfectly fine. I think we do have haste too as well, but if you don't have to cast it, that's even better. So, of course, there is a game that some people like to play, which is guess how long the final fight is going to take from the bell that starts the Dancing Mad soundtrack in Movement 1, or the first movement, all the way to the crack pow of Final Kefka. I will let you know what the time is at the start. Get your guesses in chat. We have a pretty good amount of offense, and by offense I mean Setzer swinging a stick.
Yeah, I'll go 737. I think should be pretty decent, but we don't have,
Yeah, we
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 got
do
some
have
decent stuff,
mute,
but yep.
so and we have
Fenrir.
Fenrir.
Not sure about instant death, but I mean we have big stick. That's kind of instant death in its own way.
I have 57-18.
Oh, we
for
do
that.
have Doom. Okay.
Yep. We have Doom. We have mute. It's going to be how lucky or unlucky do you get in terms of misses. So we get the first Doom. We have Fire 3 for the head up there, so no problem. We also have armor for days, so really shouldn't have much of an issue. I do think it's going to be north of 730. I don't think it's going to be quite 8 unless we get unlucky. I'm looking at that 759 guess from Glue, and I think that's probably going to be about right. But it's, the quad 9s coming out from Setzer are very sweet. And we do have Cure 3 to prevent some crit hits taking out Setzer well before we want him to die, which we don't want him to die.
Yeah, that'd be a bit problematic.
We could win even if we didn't.
Yeah. Yeah, it would slow things down a little bit though.
Yeah. Meanwhile, we got numbers fighting Ultros 2 up in the middle lane. Not too far behind, but would need at least a wipe at the end of Kefka's climb here to catch up to Leo. And it's hard to imagine how exactly that would happen, but it has been done. I think everyone here has wiped to a final Kefka fight that they're kind of just sitting there and like, how did I wipe?
Yep, as Kefka, especially tier 2 especially, can just be nasty and evil even if you're extremely well prepared, but and then tier 3 and tier 4 can still be annoying even.
Yeah, it's all about that tiger face. You want to kill that as soon as you start wailing damage on it. You want it to be dead as soon as possible. Give it so little time to give you Northern Cross or Doom Tusk, or really those two are the main culprits of killing your party. But yeah, this is, it doesn't really get much faster than swinging for quad 9s. We also got Morph currently going on Mog, which is also a nice boost. But I want to see if we can set up a permamorph here. So, in order to do that, we would want that morph timer to disappear or end as we are transitioning into phase 3. Which I believe we could set that up if we tried. I think there's
Yeah,
enough time here.
I'm not. Yeah, I think we have. The proc helped a bit. Do a little bit extra damage. Not sure how close it is to dying, but
We
haven't
still
gotten
do
to
not
counter
have
phase
quarters coming out, so we're still a little bit far away. If Setzer swings on the back end here, we should actually get a permamorph.
yet. There's a dispel. Oh. Yep.
Meanwhile, we got numbers on Atma weapon with a Yeti swinging a sword. Unfortunately, Yeti does not get the advantage of auto crits on these weapons simply because Yamaru can't use magic. Which seems like a mistake, but especially with the Blizzard Orb. But yeah, unfortunately, no crit hits for Yamaru. Points for trying, though. And
Glue
as we
to,
were,
properly balance Yamaru, because he'd be too strong if he could crit.
yeah. Meanwhile, we do, as I mentioned before, we do see the permamorph on Leo's side. I like to show this off when you can. So yeah, now we're gonna have a morphed character. Assuming that morphed character doesn't die, Mog will remain morphed the entire rest of the way. We do have Fenrir. We're gonna probably try to set that up as good as as close to death on sleep as possible. So set it up here. Now we're gonna want 2 attacks in close succession. We have an Alu on a character, so that's gonna want to be the second character to swing. Just because there's no chance that the Alu will miss if we happen to get trained, which would inflict blindness. So we're going to heal from that whirlwind, which makes sense. That was hitting 3 of our 4 characters was very rude.
Yeah, now it's double gear 3. We're definitely out of media range. So
And do one more for the
we're
road.
gonna do one more for. Yep.
Now, yeah, I was curious whether or not Leo was waiting for
Or you
the
can just proc.
next attack. But a proc there, we've done 32,000, something like that. So 36,000.
Not
So
quite.
swinging with Mog will indeed end this phase. And we get the calmness, and we don't get double tapped. So everyone's surviving. We got one more tier. Of course, as Kefka, descends from the heavens, looking for a green chocobo that is somewhere in hiding, as we have seen no chocobo stables tonight. But we are at 130, 40 something. And, again, really good amount of time to give the viewers at home. We still have no finishers in this 12-person race. So, will Leo be able to bring it home, or is someone going to snipe at the last second?
Yep. Well, Big Six should make quick work of this. Don't know if we're quite gonna be able to skip Fall 1 phase. I think we're gonna be a bit short, but
Well, certainly going
if
to...
we guess,
Yeah. We do not have a Mega Elixir.
well, thankfully the counter. Well, thankfully it was an attack, not the hyperdrive, so that missed with the image.
I don't remember getting any shields. That proc is actually helpful.
There was a flame shield when he got knocked off, but I don't remember if Leo got knocked off or it was only numbers that got knocked off. So he might not have it. but that is it.
That is the
GG's
crack pow.
Official time of 1:05:04, and that is first place overall, not just in the race. So congratulations for winning on the stream and also winning period. So hopefully we'll get them in shortly.
Yeah, this is not a field that you can take lightly in terms of winning. There are some real big names in the field. Winning this race is a testament to skill, for sure, and obviously, as randomizers go, a little bit of luck, but certainly a lot of skill. Speaking of very skilled runners, we are joined right here by our winner tonight. Overall, first place, Leo. GG's.
Thank you.
So that seed, really kind of got you going quite quickly when you took the chance at Opera House Dragon, indeed showing that Dirt Dragon and giving you that early egg. Kind of go through why you take that Opera House Dragon that early. Was it because of the rods, or was that always your plan?
So for this star, we had Yumaro, and we have Cyan also for like dragon decisions. And mostly on this flag set, you do want to go to like Esper, not Esper Mountain, to the Dry Torch hill, so you can get the great weapon. So I was like, okay, so I will try and go for the Opera Dragon. I don't know if you need to defeat the Dirt Dragon spot or the Dirt Dragon instead. Do you know about that?
It's a dragon.
You have to kill the Dirt Dragon.
Okay, so I kind of got lucky with having vanilla spot Dirt Dragon there.
Yeah, like every dragon was vanilla pretty much. It was very funny.
Except for the Ice Dragon, but yeah.
Storm Dragon was on
Storm. Yep. White Dragon was at Fanatics. Gold Dragon was at Center Lane.
Oh yeah, the only one was on
Ice was blue, yeah.
Yep.
Was the round? Oh yeah, it was a blue round, I think.
Yep.
I think that was the only round that I did not have rods for. I did not found Thunder Rod, sadly. But I found like everything else.
But yeah, no, it was interesting because I'd seen you go into Albrecht and grab the ice rods. I was like, what are... I was interested. It was like, why did you go to Albrecht? And I see you buy a bunch of rods. I'm like, oh, I guess that makes sense. But it was interesting when you pulled up your menu at Opera House Dragon, I just see all the, the fire rods, the pro rods, and the ice rods. I'm like, when did you buy all that?
Yes.
So yeah, on this seat and like most of the Chocobo seats, I turned to loot everything, even though you have like all the initials that you need right from the get-go. And turns out the loot on South Figaro and everyone else was like pretty high price money for selling. So for example, I have like 4 elixirs, I have 2 ribbons, I have a bunch of armor to sell, so I had so much money. I have so much money, and I just went into looking for rods, and I found fire, ice, and pearl rods. And that just get me out into a really speedy start of the seed.
Yeah, I have, it was interesting to see all those ribbons and elixirs and being like, huh. And even then, you see 57,000 for an Esper in Zen. You're just like, I'm still gonna come back later for this. There's no way it's worth this much. I'm gonna go and buy something actually worth it.
It was 57k on World of Balance, and then on World of Ruin it was 61k.
Yeah. We thought it was going to be cheaper, but it turned out no, inflation still existed this seed. So no, I mean,
also seeing like the high price of the incentive put me even more into the decision of the rod.
Yep.
Also, luckily the Esper was like no my power +2 or sprint +2.
I mean, to me, this seemed like, watching it an incredibly well run race by you. It's, as I'm sure you know, and as I'm sure the chat knows, some of the, some of the names that you beat tonight, Golden Shocker, Honeydew, so on and so forth, they're people that you need to bring your A game to beat, right? And I think you very much showed that off tonight. I can't imagine. I can't imagine you don't. I imagine you feel good about your play tonight. But sort of, how were you? You talked a little bit about your initial approach here, but as you got to like the mid game, what were you sort of looking to take advantage of? Other than, kicking Yumara out of your party, which I'm contractually obligated to mention.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Lou, about that. It's a fake clip. Don't worry about that. It's an AI video. I never kick Yumara, trust me. On the mid game, so after getting like really strong early game with the power of the rods, I already have a set serve building up within XP, so I went as fast as I could with checks. I was like on a flow of doing fast checks and like trying to do like proximity based checks. So for example, after all of the World of Nash checks, I went to the calling really quick to see if there was something worth grabbing. There was like 2 offerings, but I already had one, so there was no point. I went to Daryl's. I found Realm, luckily there. So when I found Realm, I was like, oh, this is free vigor for my setzer. So I went Mountain. I found Mog. I was like, oh, I found Mog. I can... And also, Mog was amazing. Like, I don't know if you saw the stats, but he was a morph Mog with like 59 vigor. It was kind of wild. And after that, I went to... After Esper Mountain, my closest one was Doma Siege, and I think I got Mog there, or on...
that is where you got Mog.
Yeah, and then I kind of ignore Mog checks, and then went into finishing Cyan checks since both of the Domas are relatively close to each other in both worlds.
It was of course sad that we had to see the Strago jump out between the trains, but sometimes you got to make do.
Yeah, Strago was great in the sense that I could peek into Fanatic's Tower if there was an Esper or not, instead of me trying to go for another check with me not knowing if there was an Esper or not. And It was also great because it was three checks, and it will lead me after to just do middle lane into unlock. So pretty great pattern there.
Yeah, no, it played out perfectly for you, actually. Strigo's a character, but yeah, Fnatic's Tower, I think, is generally underrated. Especially in your case, it was very much a no-brainer with, I can peek it, it gets me right at the point where I'm going to be doing skip. So definitely what I would consider the correct play, because your other options were all pretty bad. So
yeah. So what did I have? I had Mog checks, which they're not the worst. Like I get 2 checks really quickly with Lone Wolf and Gefanarsh, but Mog defense mostly just sucks overall. Realm House's Mansion is kind of slow in the fact that you need to find 2 fixed encounters before getting to the check. And Strago, I have Burning House, which not great for time, and RNG Cave, which can be really fast or really long, depending on RNG.
Real quick, I do want to point out numbers in tier 3 currently has sleep in sort of the berserk phase, so less than 10,100 or something HP away from finishing. Umaro and Gogo both being hit by Meteo is now going to try to recover this, or may just decide to go ahead and finish. But unfortunately, not having the MP for it, 24 MP is not enough. It's getting another train. We'll see what Numbers decides to do here. Risk it with the Ragnarok and the Elu in terms of blocking. We did get a block from Cyan, and that is all we got from Sleep. So we have our 2 heavy hitters moving on to final Kefka. No Umaro in the final party today on Restream Glue, but you gotta give it to Numbers, giving it a good, honest attempt. But is now just going to be Cyan, Setzer, and 2 characters that probably have nothing to do with one another, Strago and Mog, to finish it up. But yeah, no, I mean, look, I think this community race definitely put it out there that you are going to be one hell of a person to beat during the Chocobo Invitational coming up. I assume you have signed up. I have not been paying attention, so I'm just assuming here. But please correct me if I'm wrong.
Oh, sorry, I had my microphone muted. So I did not really knew it started or the signups started until there was like a ping onto the invitational channels. So I also don't know how to sign up. Could you do me a tutorial for all the viewers?
Well, I think Glue posts the links to sign up and all the rules and stuff in the Twitch chat. But also, if you're a member of the Discord, you can go to the Chocobo Invitational channel. In the Discord, you go to pin messages, and there's the sign up sheet there. There's the rules page there, and there's also the standings page as well.
Yeah, it is unfortunately a little bit hidden because of the way Discord layouts work, is that if it's not a default channel, it can hide from you. So make sure if you don't see it on your Discord, go to channel and roles at the top of your left sidebar, and then click the check marks for the Chocobo Invitational under Browse Channels, and you'll find it.
Yeah. There's also, if you click on the name of the server, there's a button that says show all channels. Like if you go to the menu where you boost or can leave the server or whatever, change notification settings here, there's a button there, and that will make all the channels visible, so you don't have to worry about ever missing out on new channels again. Because it is one of the downsides of Discord being weird when it comes to like community servers, but it is what it is.
Do you see a gunner come out here from Kefka, losing a bit of damage because of the blindness on the Ragnarok user on Setzer's side, is now getting another train, which means now Kefka can counter. So we had until that first action, and now we have Kefka counters enabled, but it looks like it doesn't matter because there's the final crack pow. Numbers has finished with a time of 1:18:53. Oh, so close to getting that Imara all the way through. I'm fine with counting it as a win and saying it is all Gogo's fault. But that is up to Glue.
Yeah.
Also,
I'm always in favor of Gogo slander.
Darkness, do you have any last questions for Leo?
Yeah, it's just like said as all in the.
I haven't seen all of the Chocobo ones. I know there's this one, which is the mountain one. I have seen the the river one. I don't know what else Chocobo ones are there.
There's yellow and golden, I believe. Yellow's like the default one, and golden. I have to look at the things again, but I'm not super on into the differences, but I think it's mostly just like the different objectives are slightly different, like the requirements for each objective.
All right. Since I only know about the mountain, this is the first one that I play, and then the lead river that I saw it race about that, I do find really great flag sets. Maybe I want to say getting a course chill out of a reward is kinda disappointing at some points. Like if you're like me and having like 20 checks and you're just getting your 21 for unlock and you're waiting for like a sword and then you use a course shield, you're just stuck with that in your inventory sadly.
Yep.
Other than that, really great.
I got one last question for you, Leo. What color is your favorite Chocobo?
Oh, that's are we talking real in-game colors or like any color?
No, real in-game colors. So, actual Chocobo colors in Final Fantasy.
Hmm, I don't think there is a green chocobo, so I think I will go with the. Was there a black chocobo on Final Fantasy V?
There is a purple/black Chocobo in Final Fantasy V. There is a green Chocobo in Final Fantasy VII. And there is a black Chocobo
And
in
12, I
several
think.
games.
You know what? I will take the pink one, the pink chocobo of Final Fantasy V. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Boko's wife Chocobo,
Yeah.
sure.
She's my favorite too, so I side with you, Leo. Like, best Chocobo.
I think that is perfectly acceptable. And
Anyway, again, GG's and congrats to you, Leo. And we got numbers as well joining us. GG's.
GG's.
you decided to make that final fight very interesting for our entertainment.
Well, honestly, I got there and I'm like, I have no offense. What am I doing? Very little offense. I should have probably searched a little bit more for some hyper wrist and Atlas armlets. That'd give me a good jump. But I mean, I got through. It was good enough, right?
Yeah. And I know there's at least one person in the Restream crew that very much appreciated you having Umara all the way through.
Yeah, I wish he would have done some more damage with that Ragnarok, though. I really was hoping I'd come across a B knife that he could use with the offering, but I never come across anything. So I mean, it happens, I guess.
Nope, just sticks. And you knew there were more sticks out there if you really wanted to go fight more white dragons, but yeah, unfortunately, Yamaru not getting the auto crit on the big sticks is a little bit of a detriment for sure.
Yeah, by the time I found, Mog and Strago, anyways, I felt like I was too buried with Umaro anyway, so I just went with it. I don't know that it would have done much of a difference for anything for the other two to go in because I think I had a Ragnarok and an Illumina, and that was it. Maybe I had two Ragnaroks. I can't remember, but I was just going, so I was like, yeah, I'm just leaving him.
Darkus, I asked a whole bunch of questions to Leo, so I'm going to let you ask questions first.
Nice numbers. What was your decision on checking out those chests there in the whatchamacallit, the beginner's room? Because that definitely paid out off with the Ragnarok there.
If I've kind of changed my strategy on that. If I am going World of Ruin, I will go check that. If I haven't like already done a bunch of looting. If it's early and I'm going there, and it's very good to go ahead and go through there and go up and do try talk and everything if you're ready. And I think I only looted like it says. I think I had 46 chests, and that's not a whole lot for me. I'm usually in the 60s, 70s range for how many chests I loot, but I didn't have a whole lot, so like, yeah, I'm gonna go through there and grab it. But unfortunately, even though it was on Setzer the entire time, he still just wasn't swinging for a whole lot. I didn't have a gauntlet. I think all I had was an Atlas armlet on him. Even the experience egg just didn't do it. I would have been better off trying to get bum rush for him than run the Ragnarok, to be honest. So
Yeah, that was another thing. The EXP egg in there in Yamaro's cave, which Leo unfortunately you did not pick up, but it was the chest that you walk right by, but which could have been a second EXP egg for you. But yeah, I guess as for other general thoughts with like the seed and routing numbers.
I just normally with these seeds, I'm finding like some pretty big offense, and I just felt like I just didn't have it. And if I would have realized, like, Cyan is swinging an Illumina for 3K, that's it. That's pretty rough.
Mhm.
I probably should have went ahead and took the dragons in Kefka in KT. Maybe did a little bit more looting, or not looting, but shopping. Was it just me, or was there an economizer somewhere for sale?
There was, and I believe South Figaro.
Okay, I went to the wrong one then. That's what it was. Because I was going to go ahead and grab that for. I was trying to find it, and at the end, I was like, I'm spending too much time. I just got to go. Because then I could have put that on Setzer and probably did better with that, and let him spam with Go-Go mimicking it the entire time. But I couldn't find it, so I just went with the Ragnarok, and I go back and think about it, and I think I get ahead of myself sometimes with these seeds and thinking, oh, I can go, but I really should have slowed down and found some more offense, really, because I think it would have saved more time. And really, I also lost three minutes in the middle of the seed. I had a little one decide to wake up on me, so I had to go get him. Yeah, but otherwise, I mean, I'm not too disappointed in it. I mean, yeah, I could have done some things better, hindsight 2020, but I mean, I do this for fun.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you got any questions as well, Fiery?
Yeah, I mean, you came in when I was asking Leo this question. I'm going to throw it to you as well. What color is your favorite Chocobo in Final Fantasy?
Just come on, the original, the yellow.
The yellow. Okay.
Always the original.
I mean, look, I am the number one fan for Boko, and Boko is a yellow Chocobo, so I cannot complain about that.
Always OG, always OG.
All right. Yeah, that's the question that I wanted to end with. Are you also signed up for the Chocobo Invitational?
Yes, I am. I've already got two of my times into the leaderboards, and got a couple more to do. But otherwise, I'm definitely signed up, so I'm ready to go.
All right. Well, that looks like it's going to be a lot of fun to watch. I think Lou was saying that start of March is when that officially kind of gets split up. I read through the rules
February
document
28th.
way at the beginning, and that's all I remember. So I'll be looking forward to seeing how that all sorts out.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the initial starts February or March 1st. I'm pretty excited for it. I think it's going to be fun. I think we have over 40 entrants right now. I think the last I saw was 41, maybe.
Let me check. I can check quickly. I think last I saw was 39, but yeah, 30. We're at 39 currently, which is, I mean, that's a lot for a tournament. So
yeah, it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. Yeah. And Glue, just so you know, I only kept the Yeti for you. Just letting him know. I know he's out there listening, so.
Yeah, I'm sure Glue appreciates it.
Well, everybody, thanks for putting this on, as always. I mean, these things aren't possible without you guys doing the restream and all the good stuff and all the people behind the scenes.
I want to thank...
Sorry, go ahead.
We do this all the time. No, I definitely want to thank both you numbers and Leo for volunteering to restream and winning the duck race, or either duck race number 1 or duck race number 2 for getting chosen. We cannot run these restreams without you. We cannot run these restreams without the people behind the scenes as well. Again, Gretham on the tracking side, keeping us aware of how many checks people are at and how many characters and espers. And Drinksglue, of course, restreaming and getting this all set up behind the scenes, not only for this restream, but for the event as a whole. I don't know how Glue juggles like 6 different events over multiple communities, but that man is a true dog. And it has been a pleasure to work with Drinksglue on a couple various things as well. So big shout out to Glue.
I also want to shout out to Glue. He's like my biggest cheerleader. It's like every time I'm in some type of slump and I do something like really good, he's always the one there cheering me on. He's such a big part of this community. He truly is a great person, just out here doing it all. So
Even started a foundation to save Umaro. Very, very important stuff.
Yeah, with that also, I do want to thank you, Darkness, for commentating with me a second time today.
Yep.
And it's a pleasure as always.
Yep, very fun to work with you. No, it's very fun to do commentary with all the people, but yep.
Yeah, so with that, I believe we are done here. Do join the Discord, sign up for the Chocobo Invitational if that sounds like something that you want to do. Read through the list of rules. If you have any questions, please feel free to message Glue all your Chocobo gifts and Umaro gifts and whatever else you have. With that, we are going to raid over to Absolute Eric, who I believe is also playing this race right now. Do not spoil anything about this race or the checks in it, but until then, this is Fiery Blizzard. For myself, Darkness on comms, Drinksglue on the restream, and Gretham. Thank you all for watching, and I hope you all have a good rest of your night, and we'll see you next time.